paparazzi house.
Hello, Dr. Ram. How are you?
I'm good, Anas. How are you doing?
That's amazing to have you here. Seriously, Dr. Ram. So today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, which
Wow.
is you are an expert in it, and we would
Awesome.
love to have
I'm getting more curious
voices
now. Yeah.
from you. So the topic is actually power dynamics. Okay, where nobody's talking about power dynamics, they are avoiding it. So can you tell us more about what is power dynamics exactly?
Power dynamics is like understanding the ecosystem wherever you are. You're in the office environment. You're doing business, or maybe with your friends' network and circle. Here we try to understand about the ecosystem and try to position ourselves on a better way, so that we could able to build the relationship stronger for a better outcome. So most of the time we try to avoid or we ignore the outside environment, like what kind of a people we are surrounded with and who is dominating what, and how to mingle with them and how to identify them. That's most of the challenge. And then we need to see how where we are positioning ourselves. We are more powerful or we are less powerful. We are improving our power over a period of time. So the whole stuff, we call it power dynamics. It's like a power play in an ecosystem. So there are many players. Everyone have their own set of expertise. Everyone have their own set of demands, and everyone have their own set of tactics, how to build the relationship, how to get the things done. So trying to understand this better, and how to play this on a safer mode for the benefit of everyone. So putting it in a nutshell, this is all covers in the power dynamics.
That's great to know that.
Yeah.
But right now, a question came to my mind actually. So, how do power dynamics actually influence the decision making inside the organization?
So power dynamics is so that influence a lot in the organization. Though we have a formal structure, but most of the time I believe, and a lot of research also shows that informal structure also contribute for the decision making. Whether it could be a budget or hire and fire, right, in the organization, or maybe you acquire a company, anything on that, mostly the strategic decision to the operational decision. The power plays a lot of role on that. But one step further, the informal power, who is not holding the title, sometimes influence a lot on the whole process, the system, or the people, or maybe day-to-day activities. So this is like maybe part of our game, but 60 to 70% of the people in the organization doesn't aware about it. You go in the morning, suddenly something happening around. Maybe for you it is a news, but who created the news? Last evening, some informal network or informal gathering, two of your colleague or a bunch of colleagues joined together, and they have discussed something and come up with the some up with an idea. So then there's been announced in the morning. So that's what I'm telling you. 60 to 70% of the people is not in the news generation side, or they are just coming to the organization or the company in the morning just to see
Get the news.
get the news. So that is all decided last evening, or maybe happening over a period of time. So this is like maybe not involved. These people are not involved on the decision making side. So I'm not telling everyone should be involved in the decision making thing based on the hierarchies and the positions and titles. But my stake morely talking about the informal contribution. So people doesn't have the title influence on certain high level strategic decisions.
So, in this case, what you mentioned that right now, with what I understood from you, that it's not transparent. Whatever decision is taken in any organization is not transparent. It is not depend on the actual for the company or for the team itself. Okay, it is based on people, I will say, or personal growth for someone. Or I got it wrong. If you can explain more.
Yeah, so I completely agree with you. Most of the decisions are not transparent, and it is not needed to be transparent because everyone not need to aware about it. So if it is an operational level decisions, yes, who are all the managers or line managers involved, they take the decisions. But if it's a strategic decision, the board takes the decisions, right? So now okay. So on the board level decision, we all know board members who could be the CEOs and the executive board members, non-executive board members, or maybe some investors if they are part of your board. So they take decision. But my question here is like maybe we need to understand about who influence right, who is not part of the board but who is influencing the decision, that is also kind of a game changer sometime. Probably the board members who talks about the decisions, or maybe in the day to day, like meetings, the department level meeting, something happening around, but who doesn't participate on the meeting influence something. So that's what I'm telling. This is informal things are happening around, which is not avoidable, and which is not which is not avoidable, and you can't ignore it. And this is a part of the system actually.
Yeah, exactly. But I have a question here. So right now, if he's not in a management level,
Yeah.
how he's actually influencing the manager, or I will say the CEO, to take that certain decision? If he's not in the position, how you gain that power actually to influence the people?
Yes. So here you need to see the different side of the whole power game. So people influence. So how do you influence? What made this person to influence the decisions? So number one could be a techno expert, right? Who is a domain expert of your. For example, if you are in real estate, this person is like really a master in the real estate. He knows the ups and downs, maybe in terms of pricing, customer relations, and all the negotiations and closing deals. So he is like a go-getter. He's like a the solution guy, and he is still not part of the committee for some decisions, but he is an expert who need to add some some solution or some contribution for the whole system or the the discussions. Or he is a charismatically, he's like a charming person, right? So he's like, he when he talks, people listen, right? So this is a kind of a people who could able to influence without titles, or who is like highly connected on the organization, in the sense he knows or she knows everything in and out what's happening in the organization, which is not documented, right? Most of the I'm not telling secret information, but maybe informal information which is not related to the organizational core activities, right? So this person is like keeping an eye on all this stuff, like capturing all the information. He's like a source of information. You just tap him, he'll tell everything, like but these people keep the confidentiality, so they're not like they don't talk too much. But these are all the people who are able to influence without a title. So now the question is, are we going to please your formal titled bosses, or these informal people whom you know very well, but they don't hold title? So that's the challenge for any of the people, like working on the mid level or positions in the organization. Face something similar problem. So this is how the power play actually happens. Those who really have hold the title in one side, and those who doesn't hold the title but very much connected to the organization, hold some information, even the title people doesn't have it, right? So this is the power game. So these people automatically be a part of the decisions.
So right now we are having two type of people: the leadership, then you have the power dynamics, or the people who are holding the power, who can influence the people. So what is the difference between each one of them? What is the I will say the positive things in every one of them, and what's the negative points for
So
every one of them?
there are two things you need to understand. One is the typical leadership related skill development. Second is the power skill development. I'll take it in this is one contest. Second is the people hold the leadership position and the people hold the power, right? So now maybe last 100 years you see like a lot of discussions happening around leadership. They talk about team development. It's your team. You should be a good leader to your team. Okay, team survives, team contributes, team outperform, company survives. Then in some of the cases, the person who really lead the team disappeared, right? It happened many times, right? You put all the effort. I know a person who put all the effort, who taken a deal, right? And he connected to the other departments to coordinate. And once the deal is done, he didn't get proper recognition. This is quite commonly happens, right? Maybe if you're working in a city which is like multicultural, workforce is there, this is like quite common. So back to the question, like leadership position and power dynamics. So those are really powerful. You need to really connect with them. Those who are holding the leadership positions, you should work for them, but anytime they may be changed because of these powerful people. So the powerful people take a control of this leadership, the titled people.
Mm.
You work with a senior manager who is your, line manager, you're reporting to him. You are okay, you can report to him, but like unless until he doesn't have power, who could able to, because power, how do you display the power? Power is like you okay. So in a in a company, you have 10 departments. 10 departments will have 10 HODs, the head of departments, right? So 10 managers. So each manager have different set of knowledge, skill sets, charismatic appearance, and experience, and the way he communicate, and the way he is like get the things done, and the way he takes care of the the team, and how he's emphasizing more on the productivity in terms of the company performance or the team performance. So it all varies actually. So you are going to work with the team, the manager who is like maybe a powerful person, or
Mm.
he's just for the title he's there because he is a domain expert, that's it, but he doesn't have power.
True.
You could able to see that in many cases. You could able to see these our people have the power, but they don't use it. They don't know how to use it sometimes.
True.
These people cannot go extra mile to get extra budget for my department.
True.
I want to hire few more people. They can't. They will insist to the HR department, but they don't sit and get the things done. But I'm talking about the powerful people who is like a go-getter. I need to hire 2 people. Do it right now. Within a week, they should join in my team. I should orient them and put them in the things because my work is affected.
Mm.
How many of these managers have this guts to get the things done?
It-
Between the leader who is like for the title and who is like a really a powerful person who is like a go-getter. And end of the day, who is going to get benefit? The organization.
True.
If you're empowering individually, right? And if you're empowering person to person,
Mm.
getting more powerful, and obviously they sustain themselves, and end of the day, the organization should be benefit out of it. So there is no doubt the organization should not misunderstood, misunderstand about, okay, so this person is more powerful, so he will dictate terms to the organization.
Mm.
So that is the common misunderstanding, misinterpretation, where there are too many leadership topics are coming up, leadership skill developments are coming up, but there is not much power dynamics related skill developments coming up. That's a huge scarcity, I guess, I feel.
Yeah, actually, the one who's controlling the whole scene in the organization is usually the one who's having the power, but he's not holding any position, where he's actually affecting a lot on the company's decisions. But right now, we'll talk about the juniors.
Yeah.
Whoever is joining a new company, usually you see them suffering for at least the first 3 years. How they can influence the power dynamic to their side, where they can actually start influencing people in the company. What we can give them as an advice.
Okay, so there's an interesting story. In the jungle, you see the lions are there, the foxes are there. So the lions are having the complete guts to go and hunt the food by themselves on a daily basis.
That's true.
That's what we are talking about, the leaders in the organization, who is like a senior manager, director, who have all the network, who have the client database, who have some direct connections, informal networks. They start the conversation, they close the deal. So they could able to meet their monthly targets by them without any hustle.
Mm.
The lions, right? The juniors who doesn't have that kind of a network, doesn't have the skill sets to close the deal, or doesn't have the tactics to manage the situation. Most of this, see, most of the things I'm talking about, a typical lead generation happens in the organization, and lead generation happens, then the lead closure or the conversion happens. The whole process so from the generation to the closure, that's a hell lot of like efforts, process, and I mean, like, this is a game actually, and the juniors might be learning this game, right? That's the difference between the senior person who did this for last 10 years, 5 years, and the junior who is just starting this stuff like maybe 1-2 years, who is learning the whole stuff. So you need to wait and learn this tricks properly, not just maybe the basic maybe the business skills, but these tricks to understand. You need to go extra mileage to close the deal, or you will generate the deal. It is very difficult to close the deal. So on the jungle, you have the lion who is like a go-getter.
Mm.
On the other side, you have the foxes. What the foxes will do? It will wait till the lion hunt the food actually, right? It waits
Okay.
till to get the food. So in my case, I suggest maybe these juniors should learn how the line hunt, right? They should know the tricks, learn. If the boss is like maybe the senior manager is talking to the client over a call, just listen how the tactics is being played, how your boss is using this, know the key techniques to close the deal. This is the take home for the juniors. So the juniors, when the line is hunting, don't disturb the line. In most of the cases, people, the junior people, sometimes like uh, they misunderstand. The bosses are not contributing time to for their growth, or they are like isolating. They're not recognizing, and there's a lot of bias. The other person gets benefit. I'm not getting benefit. So don't get into all the lower level of office politics. That is the cheapest thing people should do. That should not get into these things. What I'm suggesting is like learn from the boss. Maybe these is the key techniques and skills you need to groom. So that is going to pay back to you later, or it's going to be used for your career promotions. So the learning is a very key important thing, where first you understand who is and learn from whom. That is again more important. That's what your question comes. How to use the powerful people. So see, there are 5 people in the organization who is like the senior level, and your boss is like moderately powerful, and the other team members' boss is like very powerful. Then probably you should report to him, yes, and you should use the techniques and tricks of the other powerful person in the other team, like the HOD or the senior manager, and start learning the power skills. Because power skills are like you need to learn, right? And you should try to use when the situation comes. So that is the level of the game it is all about. So the juniors has to learn, keep learning, and maybe keep an eye on it. Who is really powerful, and how the other powerful people are connected to each powerful people. Like maybe on the same level, and you should get into the system or the informally try to connect. That's more important, because you work in the organization where you try to meet people, but that's more into office talks, business talks and stuff. Like maybe try to meet outside over a dinner or maybe a coffee, so that you could able to talk something personal. Yeah, that is more important. So the juniors should spend some time out of the office hours. So it's not like 9 to 5. You just take the bag at 5 o'clock back to home. Then maybe watching TV, useless. Seriously, that's not going to add any value to the career. So they should spend time with the office staff who is like more powerful. This is the time they should. After 5 is a power time. 5 to 7, you should really spend time who is really more powerful, and maybe at least weekly once or twice try to meet people and maybe make use out of it. So I think that's a suggestion for
Yeah,
the
but right now, with what you mentioned,
yeah.
like 5 to 7, or stay after the work with, I will say, colleagues, with someone from the office, it will not affect your, I will say, the balance between your personal life and within your, I will say, your career life. It won't like clash with each other, where you are putting more time in the work rather than putting it in your with family or with your friends, I will say.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. The work-life balance is inevitable, right? So there's no compromise on that. But there's a way of doing it, right? So I'm not telling daily these people has to do the junior level people. At least weekly, twice or thrice, maybe they
Mm.
could able to manage. So the remaining time is for the family, they get the friends, they have their personal choice. On the other side, maybe a person is married. So probably a family get together, right? This is like I'm telling, see, the sky is the limit. We should explore in all the possible ways, right? I'm not telling this, like not a prescribed, prescribed medicine. Take this one dosage. No, they could able to see based on the geography, where the cultural background. So this stuff has to be considered based on the location, the office environment, and stuff like the size of the office. Maybe you have office maybe 500 people. There are few offices they have 50,000 people. So maybe things are different. The dynamics are different. So they should able to spend some extra time out of the office hour. That is inevitable, but they should maybe it is customized, maybe see their work life balance as well, and they could able to maybe, but this informal gathering and catching up is inevitable. That is the starting point for power.
It's
Enhancing
very
your power
important.
is very important, because I'm talking to, we are working in an office, and we know when we talk is mostly
Office
related to
related.
office related things, bit of outside focus, but When you go out maybe for a dinner, that is nothing to do with the office talk. You see the ambience and environment and related stuff. Then the casual talks come. Then probably you are a football player, I am a football player. Then like maybe you love cars, I love cars. I go 230, 250 in long drives and stuff like. Then that's the level of interaction. Then you try to connect directly. Then this passion driven connection or informal gatherings or catching up, that builds your automatically a good relationship, positive vibes. Then this really huge impact on the power play of the organization. That's what is inevitable. Yeah.
Now, when you were talking about the power dynamics, actually, I remember the one friend who was stuck in the same position for around 6 years in a mid position, I will say. So I guess power dynamics had like a huge effect in his life. So that's why he was stuck for 6 years in the same position, I will say. So what advice you should tell the people who are stuck in the same place for many years and they are not getting any growth in the company? What should they do?
Okay, so I'll put into a matrix system where there are two things to be understood. One is my personal, ability, myself, right? In terms of how much I'm meeting the expected performance, the KPIs. So I need to meet, say, about 10 million in a year target. Am I really meeting this or not, right? In case I couldn't meet, your average is okay, then probably the growth is affected. And second is like how strong this person is like in terms of gaining knowledge and skills, new set of knowledge and skills. So a person who is like keep learning new things, you could able to see now AIs and all this stuff comes on, that maybe probably the old school people should always think, no, why should I learn about new things, and it's all done. I know what I'm doing, it's okay. But they are like you put a limitation, or you put your like a barrier of learning new set of things. Maybe I'm not telling about your core like knowledge you keep learning. Maybe other your passion, something you keep learning onto it, that really adds a lot of value onto it. Apart from that, these persons, there are certain people are like 9 to 5. In the sense, I make fun out of it, because these people don't spend extra time with the colleagues. They try to understand who they are, what they are doing, and this informal catching up is still not recognized, or not considered. Some of the like nerds, he could able to say like they're very smart. Technically, they're very smart. Their domain, they're very smart, but like the interpersonal relationship, there might be, it's not their cup of tea. They just try to avoid it. So all this stuff like maybe matters a lot. Maybe person contribution to the company's expectations, maybe in terms of performance, and how much you're connected to the powerful people, and how you are seeing about the company's growth. And the company is not growing, obviously his designation may not be elevated, or his salary is not improved. So there are, so one is the self thing, second is the company. So a person feels that he's stuck for 6 years, then he should really see, the quick trick is like maybe he should see what are the contribution, what are the recent achievements he did. Might be not well recognized, or not very much displayed by this person to the team or to his boss. He done that and he is like a low profile. Yeah, I done some great work. It is like maybe 1 week I sit on it, the report is done. It's amazingly well report, but he didn't like maybe showcase this achievement to his team members or his boss. It's like yeah, it's a routine activity, it's a daily thing. What I'm going to so this is like maybe a problem where somebody could consider for recognition. So this is not happening over a period of time. So he has to highlight all the achievements, recent achievements, to his boss, formal, informal chats. Then he's, oh my god, you did this much, okay, good. And major decisions he contributed on the for the company's growth and stuff like. So this, all this stuff has to be displayed. Sometimes we contribute, but it has not been showcased to the right person, so he'd never understand who did it. Like maybe, yeah, it's going on, but like maybe who did it, nobody knows about it. So this is a quick thing, probably this person, yeah, in the 6 years I did these things, and this is how my growth for my company or my department. And maybe in terms of my growth, nothing happening. I contributed for the company growth, but my growth is like not happening, it's hampered, it's like there's a barrier onto it. So I want to try to connect it on a way where I also grow in the organization, so that I could able to do like 2x or 3x growth in the company. So I need to have that kind of a position and power, and my my subordinates and my people and my resources, so I can add value much better than my current position. So that's way he has to first check with the informal talks. then he should put it formally. In case his growth is good, his contribution is good, but his growth is not there, obviously the company has to take an action on that so that he's recognized. Otherwise the company might be losing some cornerstone, some amazing people in the organization. They're not recognized and they're leaving actually. And I think that's a quick short maybe note on that.
That's great. That's great. So right now, how can you change the unfair power dynamics in a company if you are stuck in a weak position when it comes to power dynamics? How you can change that without actually being aggressive with the one who's holding the power right now?
Power is it's a tricky thing. You can't directly go and hit it, right? You can't attack it. That's how they're
Because
powerful
you're gonna
people.
lose your job then.
Yeah, absolutely. They are losing the job, losing the reputation is the first thing,
True.
and repeatedly unrecognized. And losing job is the last outcome of the whole process. So they're not been invited for some key meetings. They're not been shared some key information, and they've not been considered for budgets. And the recognition is not happening. The resources not been given to them. Okay, you manage with the project with the other two members. They will be helping you. This is not going to happen. So in a different way, they try to attack you. You're going to fight with the lion. Obviously, he'll slap it back, right?
That's true.
So you get ready for that. So otherwise, you need to find a way how you're going to connect with the lion. Easy thing is to connect with the lion. That's what I'm telling. The informal network is very important. Try to understand who is the powerful person, right? Then see what is the likes and dislikes of that person, and how your personality is going to connect on that. Then try to be more friendly, be a part of that network. So in the organization, like you are working with a 50,000 people organization where 10, 15 people are more powerful, at least connect with one person.
Yep. But I will say in a lot of scenarios, if you are in a weak position, does mean that you are, I will say, in a clash with that person who's having that power. Okay, so how you will position yourself in a way that you are not risking your job or you are not risking what you are having right now, but still in the same time you are trying to change the whole power dynamics. How you can actually do it? Is it possible to do, or you can just change the company?
Agreed. So yeah, many situations it happens because these powerless people are very impulsive. They take a quick reaction. They react faster. Something goes wrong, they'll go and shout. It is not my issue, and this is not going to. I'm not going to do anything on that. Do whatever you want, or you need to blame that other person. It's not my cup of tea. So this is like maybe a tricky situation. You get offended by the powerful people, right? And in this scenario, probably I should not go and try to fix the issue by myself. Now I need to build other system. Who is like, now we need to find who is more connected to the powerful person. Like in my team, who is like more chilling, maybe more friendly with the powerful person. Or who the powerful person listen to whom very frequently. Then try to connect with this person. He might be a lower level person like me, maybe a junior analyst or maybe junior manager. Then this person has to tell something good about me. You need to build the reputation now through your network. Don't go and talk to the powerful person because he see you on a bad negative perception or like maybe negative view. So you need to change that one. So that is a bit tricky. You need to attack from the other side and build your other team members or somebody who is telling good about you. This is like he knows about this one, so we can give the task to this person. Or this is the one done by the other person, so he is the one who done that. So the powerful person should listen something good about you through the other person. So that changes his thought process over a period of time. It takes time, but that's what I'm telling. Don't get into a impulsive attack mode to the powerful people because it's going to backfire immediately.
Have you ever witnessed someone actually who's misusing the power dynamics, I will say, in a way that to serve his agenda only?
This is quite common actually. So probably you see many people who is connected to the power center, right? And they are not. That's what I'm telling. These are all the informal powerful people because they might be relative, some cousins, have some favors with the top level management, and they will influence the system, right? So they will influence the system in a way where the budget is allocated for 5 million for marketing. Let's talk about that way. And these people will be using it. Yes, perfect, fine. but the expected outcome is not been happening. So if somebody is asking these people, what happened? You spend 5 million for marketing, and they will backfire to them. Like, maybe it's not your cup of tea. You are just an analyst. You cannot ask these questions, right? This person might be having a good intention to see how to improve the system, how to make more conversion, how to get more clients. But, maybe that's how the people who misuse power and then again attack to the top management. This guy is asking some silly question, put him into some other work.
True.
He doesn't have work. Why he's chasing me now?
Or
And I'm reporting to you, I am spending 5 million, but you are not, you don't have any issue with me, right? And this guy is suddenly asking some question like, what is this? So this person is cornered now. So
True.
that's what I'm telling, like probably the people misuse power for their favor. That affects the system actually. And the top management is encouraging this kind of, activities. And it will be affecting the company over a period of time.
that's totally true. But have you witnessed something or a story that you would love to share in this scenario? Have you witnessed something or?
This is the story actually. This
This is something actually happened.
absolutely it happened to a company.
He is stealing 5 million from the company.
And not stealing, like, but he was spending actually without any expected outcome.
Okay.
So that is the catch. So maybe, it could be, spent in a different way where you have more returns on investment in terms of more client acquisitions or client brand recognitions or more visibility. Something, maybe could able to, happen in a better way. But it doesn't, tally when you're having the expected outcome for a growing company.
I got
So that's a catch. So maybe I'm telling in a polished way, but this is really happened in our
in one company that you
Yes.
have witnessed yourself.
Yeah.
Amazing. So right now, how when you join a new company right now, so how you position yourself in a way that you are not entering any clash, because right now you don't know anyone and you don't know how the power dynamics works. So first, how you will know that this person is powerful, and how you will play the game where you will get also this cards. I will say the powerful cards.
Absolutely. So your entry mode is to be recognized now, to be understood now. Number one, you enter through the reference of a powerful person, then things are different. But you just employ as a normal employee who go through the HR process, attended interviews, got selected offer letter, then things are different. So you are entering through the powerful people, then you are safe. He or she will eventually introduce to the other powerful people, and you get your recognition day one.
True.
That is the very. It's not going to happen for everyone. Everyone is not that much lucky to get that,
True.
get into the powerful network day one. But I'm talking about the 99.9% of the workforce who just apply a job, then doesn't have any references inside, and might be known my friend, but he's not a powerful guy. So then you need to, build your, the what you call the system by yourself. How? So you need to try to understand the different scenarios, what's happening in the organization. It takes time, and try to be very good relationship with the clerical staffs or the admin people, right? Maybe even to the junior people, maybe the securities or maybe the cleaners or something related to them. So they are visually they're visualizing or they are like watching a lot of activities in the organization. So this is like, maybe so these people try to understand from the lower level people who watching a lot of activities in the organization, right? Number one. And maybe through the known people, cultural, connectivity, the cultural connectivity with the other person who is, you could able to, get connected faster. And maybe you studied in the same college, same city, something. You try to find the synergies, number one. So that is more important to connect to the people. So a person who is entering the organization, first try to connect. So first try to connect that when the conversations are building in a positive way with the informal network, with the, known people, then you try to understand who is more powerful, and stuff like. And so people tell about refer to the powerful people based on their experience. For that, you need to talk to the person who is there for a long time. That's what I'm telling. Everything, like boils back to the informal network. So identify the right person, then connect with them informally and try to understand the organization much better.
Hmm.
Then you try to understand who are all the powerful people, then find a way how to connect with them. Once you've connected with them, then see how best you could able to enhance, your position or maybe your regular activities. You need more powerful people so that your activities might be finished faster on a better outcome. So these are all I'm telling in a way where power is more important for personal position, because unnecessarily somebody will not come and tease you, or unnecessarily they will not come and distract you from your core activities, or they will not harass you in a way where you are just, a lot of people lose the job, or like maybe they are like leaving the job based on some silly harassments.
That's
Probably it's a culture. Sometimes it is mostly the cultural difference. Probably the person talks in a way where the other person misunderstood. Then the clashes starts, and then it's moving in a different direction. So they couldn't manage and stuff like. So this is maybe maybe a good thing to understand from the whole ecosystem and just move forward on that. Yeah.
So now, what is the advice that you will give to the people? I will say to avoid the hassle of being, I will say, harassed in the company from, I will say, the powerful people, and how they can actually influence other people. What is the
Mm.
advice that you will give?
See, getting harassed is like, maybe it is just maybe see what is the whole system, or maybe the activities involved onto it. Why this person get harassed? Uh, it could be a cultural difference, or maybe the person is incompetent, so that the boss doesn't like the person, or we need to find a way how, what is the whole game is all about. And initially, the support we need to take from others, the peer group, and see. That's what we need to tell something about good about me to my boss. So my boss try to see me from a different perspective, so that his like negative impressions about me goes down. That I cannot go and change it. So you need to go with the my friends and my peer group. They go and tell something good about me, so that his my boss thought process keep changing over a period of time. Second, we need to see where the problem is actually. It is like I said about the performance related thing. I'm not doing well. So obviously my boss is keep like pushing me. I feel he's harassing. So maybe
Mm.
it's a thing which I need to understand. Maybe if I could able to fix it, it's good. Otherwise, you need to build a way how you could able to impress your boss, so that he teach you good things and he make you to do the things faster if you're not capable for the position. See, it's a both the sides you need to understand that. One side is like my capabilities based thing. Second is the boss perception based things. My capability is good, boss perception is not good, then maybe going with my friends to tell good things about me, so his perception keep changes.
Mm.
My capability itself is not good, so I need to find a way what methodology is being followed, or what is the like what is the secret sauce the boss is doing, so that he's keep doing good things, and he's performing more, that I could able to adapt it. So I need to I'm a learner, I'm a seeker now. I should learn the best practices, so that I could able to do something better. So obviously the harassment goes down, because in front of my boss I'm a good performer. So it's like maybe it's both the sides you need to understand that. Yeah.
So that was actually amazing, a brilliant things that I have here today. That actually I have linked a lot of what you said with what was happening in previous companies that I was working with. That is actually like, I'm very thankful for having you here today.
Sure.
Thank you for sharing all this knowledge, man. I really like appreciate the knowledge that you have shared. It is
Sure.
actually something that nobody's talking about, but it is important to know more about it, because it affects us directly when we are in a company. Because I was relating a lot of things with what you have said with something that happened to me or to someone that I know. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing the knowledge, and thank you for, of course, for being here, Dr. Ram. And we would love to see you again and again.
Sure. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful time. Thank you.